whenever using this tool, just select any type of footage, and the content-aware fill layer uses AI or artificial intelligence to help you subtract or add different type of object or things inside your footage. But then, once we're ready and have marked out the chosen footage, by firstly masking out the area that we want to apply the content-aware fill to, let's change the mode from add to subtract. And let's recreate that area. The tool is reached here in the group panel section. If you can't see it, go to Window and choose Content Aware Fill there. A thing to bear in mind here though with this tool is that sometimes you might need a few extra attempts or tries before you can actually get the desired result you're after. And try to keep the Content Aware Fill for the smallest duration possible of your footage. At the very top, we got the fill target, that area that will be affected by the fill as everything with transparency or alpha. The alpha expansion lets us smoothen out the effect a bit. If we, for example, didn't make our mask just wide enough, it lets us add a little bit more alpha to the content-aware fill, just a bit more to work with and sometimes giving a little bit better result. If it looks just like this for you, something seems to be missing. If so, it just comes down to a little bit of adjustment for the actual panel in itself. So just dragging down and expanding the actual window, which reveals these apparently hidden features. Perhaps a bit somewhat obvious as well when you see it if you already didn't see it directly, but it sure drove me nuts for a while. Anyway, moving on with the fill method. And depending on what you're removing or adding, choose between object, surface, and edge blend. Then for object and surface, there's a lighting correction to add. For object, with subtle, moderate, and strong. With surface, also there using subtle, moderate, and strong. Set it to subtle, moderate, or strong. A little bit dependent on how much and how intense the light is changing in the composition or in the scene. Base the range of the content-aware fill either on the entire duration or just for the workspace, but remember to keep it as tight as possible. For moving clips or footage, before on the left and after to the right, with the basic object fill method, which works best for removing or eliminating moving objects. Next up, we got the basic surface fill method, and this one is best used for static and flat surfaces. Finally, the edge blend, and it blends together the edges of surrounding pixels and works best to kind of remove objects or non-texture or smoother surfaces overall. And every time the content-aware fill being used, there will be a new separate fill layer that's created at the very top of the timeline. Plus also a folder in the project panel where the fills are collected or gathered automatically. With the option Create Reference Frame, we get thrown right into Photoshop again, where we may add some objects to our image. And that's all for the content-aware fill layer.